McleodGanj.
Rishikesh.
McleodGanj.
McleodGanj. It was a fairy tale for me.
McleodGanj was the place where I realized in what a shitty state my body was in.
McLeod was a story for me.
When I got to know that the next destination that we are headed to is McleodGanj, I think the kid inside me came out entirely.
Each step that I was taking to, to reach Trayund was like a task in itself. Like I was panting so hard as in body ki to lagi hui thi. But then there was the whole beautiful thing about it. Like, it took us 4 hours to reach the top. And the moment I saw the view, I turned right and Doladar, there it was, surreal.
When we went all the way to the top, I never expected like a continuous band of this huge mountains. I just stopped and I remember I looked at Shrishti and I'm like, what? that was my expression.
But there was this sense of joy inside me, which I don't know, I think it's the mountains, it's the warmth of the cold mountains.
McleodGanj was more of a story for me. And that story started from Pathankot. We took a bus from Pathankot, but it was a pretty rough ride. But then when we entered McleodGanj, even before when we entered McleodGanj, I could see this range of hills and I knew what to expect.
I never felt these two emotions at the same time before. So insignificant and alive at the same time. And that for me was the moment that, that made me think this is one place I'll be going back to again and again.
You're just lost and it felt so great. It's like you're living in a parallel universe for like few hours, but then you know that you need to get back to reality and you wish that this is where you came from, but then that's not how it is. So I think from this experience, I will want to visit this kind of place a little more often.
I think mountains and hills, they really activate my 5 senses. The winds that blush your cheeks, the melody of the birds, and the gushing sound, the waterfall, the spring, everything just, makes me feel alive.
Not a lot of places can, make you feel like that, the way McLeod did it for me. And it was still an imperfect ending to my story, but then I'm gonna make sure that I go back to McLeod and, make it a perfect story ending for me.
Hi guys, I'm Harshmeet and I came from Delhi. I'm working as a marketing engineer in the automotive sector. I'm here as a city intern for Rishikesh and honestly speaking, I'm very excited about this.
Through HolidayIQ, we found this beautiful place called LB Ganga View, and like its name says, our rooms were like right across the river Ganges. The whole hotel was done up with all this beautiful decor. You had all these heritage elements incorporated into them, and the food there was absolutely delicious, and the service was also impeccable.
A still mind and a racing heart, and I was speeding towards what felt like an infinite space.
Thank you, Hi Sierra, for this wonderful adventurous trip. I just loved it.
We left Rishikesh for our transit destination Gwalior. We stayed at Hotel Grace over there. The place itself was so very idyllic and quaint, and the service was so very warm that we felt like we were back at home. And as such, I wanted to share my experience with anyone else making the way to Gwalior, so I wrote a review on HolidayIQ.